हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू स्टडी जूलॉजी। और आज हम पढ़ने वाले हैं MSc जूलॉजी थर्ड सेमेस्टर का टॉपिक जिसका नाम है कंपैरेटिव एनाटॉमी ऑफ ब्रेन। ब्रेन इज ए इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ सेंट्रल नर्वस सिस्टम which carry all sensory information. Brain made up of 100 billion neuron cells, but only 15 billion cells are activated. These neuron cells are activated between 1 to 5 years. Normal weight of brain: in male it is 1400 grams and in females it is 1100 grams. Protection of brain: brain is protected by many layers and skull. Outside of brain, three most important layers are present that protect our brain. First is dura mater, second is arachnoid matter, and third is pia mater. Structure of brain: it contains three parts. First is forebrain, second is midbrain, and third is hindbrain. First is forebrain. It contains three parts. First is cerebrum. It is the largest part of the brain. It is divided by right and left cerebral hemispheres. These two cerebral hemispheres internally connected by corpus callosum. Upper part of cerebrum made up of nerve cell body which form a cerebral cortex. Parts of cerebrum: it has frontal, parietal, occipital and temporal lobe. Function of cerebrum: it stores a memory and helps to thinking and decision making. It is also help in hearing, taste, pain, temperature, feel and smell. It also maintain voluntary skeletal muscles. Second is thalamus. Consists of grey and white matter. It connect a cerebrum to midbrain. Thalamus is a station of brain. It carry all sensory information as pain, touch, temperature, and it send it to the cerebrum. Third is hypothalamus. It is a small structure but important which normal weight is 7 gram. It is located just below the thalamus and it is connected to the posterior part of pituitary gland. Functions of hypothalamus: it control output of pituitary hormones. It control autonomous nervous system of body. It also control body temperature. It also maintains food and water balance. Second structure is midbrain. Midbrain is located just below the forebrain and upper side of hindbrain. It maintains movement of eyes and help in hearing process. Third structure is hindbrain. It contains three parts. First is pons. It is a part of hindbrain which is located below the midbrain. Its main function is that it helps in sleeping process of body. It also maintains respiration during the sleeping. Second is medulla oblongata. It is located just below the pons and lower part connected with spinal cord. Its normal size is 2 to 3 cm long. Functions of medulla oblongata: it maintains vital process. It maintains a blood pressure of body. It maintains a heartbeat and it also maintains breathing. Third is cerebellum. It is oval shaped which is located just behind the bones. Its main function is that it helps to maintaining balance of the body. Comparative anatomy of brain. First is elasmobranch brain. In elasmobranch face, olfactory lobe of brain are correspondingly large, attached to cerebral hemisphere by short but stout olfactory peduncle. Optic lobes are relatively moderate in size. Midbrain cavity, third ventricle, is quite large and extend into optic lobes. A thin-walled vascular sensory organ called saccus vasculosus is attached to pituitary and connected by fiber tracts with cerebellum. Pineal apparatus is well developed. Cerebellum is especially large due to active swimming habit. Second is amphibian brain. Brain of frog is with smaller olfactory lobes and larger optic lobes. Corpus stratum receives greater number of sensory fibers projected forward from thalamus than in fishes. Two cerebral hemispheres show greater development. However, optic lobes are probably the dominant coordinating centers in amphibian brain. Medulla is also small. A small pineal body is present in all the modern amphibians. Third is reptilian brain. Reptilian brain shows advancement in size and proportions over that of amphibians because of complete terrestrial mode of life. Telencephalon increased to become largest region of brain. Two long olfactory lobes are connected to cerebral hemispheres. A pair of auditory lobes are found posterior to optic lobes which are not hollow. The third ventricle is reduced to a narrow cerebral aqueduct. Cerebellum is somewhat pear-shaped and larger than in amphibians. Fourth is bird brain. Avian brain is proportionally larger than that of a reptile. Olfactory lobes are small. Two cerebral hemispheres are larger, smooth, and projected posteriorly over the diencephalon to meet the cerebellum. Pallium is thin but corpus stratum is generally enlarged. Lateral ventricle small and vertical. Optic lobes on midbrain are conspicuously developed in correlation with keen sight. The cerebellum is generally enlarged to with several superficial folds. Due to many activities involving muscle contraction and equilibrium such as flight and perching. Fifth is mammal's brain. Mammalian brain is highly developed and keeps complete control over the body function. Brain is proportionally larger than in other vertebrates. In Protheria, egg-laying mammals, and Metatheria, pouch-bearing mammals, cerebral hemispheres of Protheria are smooth and smaller like those of reptiles and larger but smooth in Metatheria. In Eutheria, placental mammals, cerebral hemispheres become greatly enlarged and divide into lobes with thick cerebral cortex of gray matter. In mammals such as rabbit, the surface of cerebral hemispheres is relatively smooth with few fissures. In others such as man and sheep, surface is immensely convoluted with number of elevations called gyri separated by furrows called sulci. Corpus callosum. The two hemispheres are joined internally by a transverse band of fibers, the corpus callosum not found in other vertebrates. Olfactory lobes. These are relatively small but clearly defined and covered by the hemispheres diencephalon and midbrain are also completely covered by the cerebral hemispheres. Corpus quadrigemina. Characteristics of mammals are four solid optic lobes are called corpus quadrigemina on the roof of midbrain. Eater. Eater of midbrain is laterally compressed vertical passage called cerebral aqueduct. Cerebellum. It is large, folded, and may overlie both midbrain and medulla. White matter looks like tree-like called arbor vitae in gray matter. Pons viruli that relays information to the cerebral hemispheres. Hindbrain contains centers for the regulation of digestion, respiration, and circulation. अगर आपको मेरा वीडियो पसंद आया तो इसे लाइक करें, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन को भी प्रेस कर दें। थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग।